Welcome to Pocket Stories for English Learning. Get ready for daily, captivating stories that supercharge your English skills with lively voiceovers, vivid images, and easy-to-follow subtitles. Keep an eye out for pop-up vocabulary tips and stick around for our recall section at the end. Let's jump into today's tale and make learning exciting.
Rani lived in the bustling city of Mumbai where the noise never seemed to stop and the traffic was a constant companion. Every morning was a whirlwind of activity, starting with the first light of dawn. Her day began with the sound of her alarm clock blaring at 5:30 a.m. Groggily, Rani would get out of bed and tiptoe around her bedroom, trying not to wake her husband, Raj, who was blissfully snoring away. Raj was a classic couch potato, content to spend his evenings and weekends glued to the TV, watching cricket matches and reality shows. First on Rani's to-do list was preparing breakfast. She hustled to the kitchen and whipped up some delicious masala dosas and chutney. The tantalizing aroma of the food drifted through the apartment, slowly waking up her two children, Arav and Anya, who were as mischievous as monkeys. "Mom, Arav won't let me use the bathroom," Anya shouted, her voice echoing through the hallway. "Arav, let your sister in!" "We don't have all day," Rani called out, rolling her eyes. Next, it was time to wake up Raj. She nudged him gently, but he just mumbled and turned over. "Raj, it's time to get up. The kids need your help," she insisted. Eventually, Raj reluctantly dragged himself out of bed, yawning like a lion. With breakfast on the table, Rani turned her attention to getting the kids ready for school. It was a daily battle. Arav couldn't find his shoes, and Anya had misplaced her homework. Amid the chaos, Rani managed to keep her cool. "Anya, your homework is under the couch, and Arav, your shoes are in the kitchen. I told you to keep them by the door." By 7:30 a.m., everyone was finally dressed and ready to go. Rani grabbed her bag and shepherded her kids out the door. They made their way to the metro station, which was a hive of activity. The platform was packed with people, all jostling for space. "Hold on to my hand tightly," Rani instructed the kids as they squeezed onto the crowded train. The metro ride was a balancing act, with Rani clutching onto the handrails while keeping an eye on Arav and Anya, who were giggling and trying to push each other over. After dropping the kids off at school, Rani finally had a moment to herself. She headed to her office, ready to tackle a mountain of paperwork. Despite the hectic morning, she couldn't help but smile. Her family was her world, and their crazy antics made life in Mumbai all the more colorful.
Now it's time for our recap section. Let's go over the important words, phrasal verbs, and idioms from today's episode to reinforce your learning. Important words. First, we have blaring, making a loud, harsh noise. For example, the alarm clock was blaring, waking everyone up. Next is groggily, which means in a dazed or sleepy manner. Imagine saying, "She woke up groggily after a late night." Blissfully comes next, showing perfect happiness, like he was blissfully unaware of the time passing. Then we have tantalizing, tormenting or teasing with something unattainable. Think, the smell of freshly baked cookies was tantalizing. Mischievous means causing trouble in a playful way. For instance, the children were being mischievous, hiding their toys. Next is jostling, which means pushing, elbowing, or bumping against someone roughly. You might hear, "The crowd was jostling to get a better view." Finally, we have balancing act, a situation that requires maintaining balance or dealing with several activities at once. Like, managing work and family life can be a real balancing act. Phrasal verbs. Now, let's move on to phrasal verbs. Get out of bed means to rise from bed after sleeping. For example, "I struggle to get out of bed every morning." Whip up means to prepare quickly. You might say, "She can whip up a meal in no time." Drag oneself out of bed means to get up reluctantly, like, "He dragged himself out of bed for the early meeting." Turn over means to move so as to lie on the other side. Think, "She turned over and fell back asleep." Make one's way means to move or proceed in a specified direction. For example, "He made his way to the exit." Hold on to means to grip something tightly. Imagine, "Hold on to the railing while you climb the stairs." Squeeze onto means to fit into a tight space, like, "We managed to squeeze onto the crowded bus." Idioms. Lastly, let's look at some idioms. Couch potato means a person who spends a lot of time sitting and watching TV. For instance, after work, he turns into a couch potato. Mischievous as monkeys means very playful and naughty. You might say the kids were as mischievous as monkeys during the party. Rolling her eyes means to show annoyance or disbelief. Like, she rolled her eyes at his silly joke. Keep one's cool means to remain calm. For example, it's important to keep one's cool during stressful situations. Herd cats means to manage a chaotic situation. Imagine, organizing the kids for a photo was like herding cats. Balancing act again means managing many activities at the same time. Working from home while taking care of the baby is a real balancing act. Shepherded out the door means guided or led out of a place. For example, the teacher shepherded the students out the door after class.
Thanks for joining us on this fun language adventure. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Pocket Stories for English Learning. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your daily fix of stories and vocabulary boosts. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode. For the episode transcription, click the link in the description to download it as a PDF. Catch you in the next episode with another exciting tale. Happy learning.